Joseph Black, for instance, revolutionised chemistry. He discovered what he called fixed air. We call it carbon dioxide, the greenhouse gas. And his work on heat laid the foundations for modern thermodynamics. James Watt adapts the new common steam engine. He uses a separate condenser and creates the sun and planets gear to produce rotary motion. And by doing that, by the by, he drives the Industrial Revolution. Alexander Monroe was the first professor of anatomy at Edinburgh University. He made it internationally famous. Students from all around the world flocked here to be taught by him, and he produced definitive papers on everything from bones to the nervous system. He also worked towards the inoculation of smallpox. And here on Edinburgh's Salisbury Crags, James Hutton unlocked the secrets of geological time, upending the literal creation myth of the Bible. He proposed that the Earth has no beginning and no end, but that the mountains are worn away by the rivers and become the seabeds, which in turn eventually rise up and create new continents. And so, broadly speaking, it is. So the basics of the earth sciences, medicine, modern psychology, anthropology, together with theories of society and liberal education, can all be traced back to these people of the Scottish Enlightenment. Little wonder that Edinburgh at the time was described as a city crowded with genius. But even genius gets hung up from time to time about matters of status and belonging. Ever since the Union of 1707, the general view was that far from England and Scotland being equal partners in the new British state, England had gobbled up Scotland. Now, the Enlighteners were proud of their heritage, and they knew their history. Prosperity, they understood, had really only come with the Union. Therefore, it was best to nail their colours clearly to the United Kingdom. With characteristic boldness, they simply decided to act as if there was only one culture, a British culture, just as there was only one kingdom, Great Britain. So they took to calling themselves not Scots, but North Britons, and set out out-Englishing the English. The English would presumably have been pleased and flattered by these North Britons, if only they'd been able to understand a word in the first place.
Gynnyd is Aberdeen Embra spoken unco oldfarin Doric, frae laird to goodwife to dominie to high-hedian, and nae Southerners could understand a word nary a cheap.
You see what I mean? So they set about ridding their language of these Scotticisms, which is a subject David Hume even wrote about for the Scots magazine.
It is so that we are indeed unhappy in our accent and pronunciation. Notwithstanding all the pains which I have taken in the study of the English language, I am still jealous of my pen. As to my tongue, you have seen that I regard it as totally desperate and irreclaimable. So we must try and rid our language of these Scotticisms. Bread and butter instead of butter and breed.